Now, if you believe every word that the weatherman tells you, you're probably thinking, nice hot, dry day for us out there in southeastern New Mexico. We see I'm standing here for a reason, because I'm trying to hide something. And that's something that I'm hiding on the radar. Is look at this, showers and storms kind of coming up from the south, creeping into southern parts of Eddy and Lee County, and some of these are some big-time thunderstorms. Don't think they're necessarily going to go to severe limits on us, but some small hail, very gusty winds, and a whole lot of lightning and rain could come out of these things. Now, I don't think they're going to make a lot of headway to the north, so probably 90–95% of the territory is going to be without these storms, but these kind of did sneak into the equation. So the question is, how did this happen? Well, obviously we're talking about a hot weekend ahead of us because of high pressure. Well, remember, high pressure tends to have winds that flow clockwise around. It tends to, it always does, at least here in the northern hemisphere. So if you take the clockwise motion around this area of high pressure, you see the southernmost counties of New Mexico, they're on the bottom side. That means our air comes from the west, from the east that is, and heads to the west. And just so happens there's a pretty good little amount of tropical moisture down here. So really this is just kind of grazing us here in the southeastern parts of the state right now. I think moving deeper into the weekend, high pressure takes over and really shuts that activity off. So we need the rain, so hopefully we'll get some of it, because I think the better part of the weekend is going to feature what we've been saying, hot and dry weather for us as we shift that little moisture corridor off to the west of here for a few days. Now, not all is lost. We will see some rain chances in our long-range outlook. It just so happens that activity that's sneaking in tonight, it's going to kind of go away after sunset, and probably not going to be back tomorrow. So we'll go mainly clear tonight. Did put a couple of stray clouds in that picture just for good measure. 67 tonight, 97 for tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be warm for us once again out there, and the heat is most definitely with most areas right now. 93 Carlsbad, 90 Hobbs. Well, we're showing 89 in Roswell, but keep in mind we do have the humidity factor to deal with. Dew points are elevated in the upper 50s to near 60s, so it's a mighty muggy afternoon for us out there. And you can see in the Department of Wind, there's just not a whole lot to talk about. Here's a little better picture. You can see that moisture kind of creeping up and everything kind of making its chart on off towards the west as we're on the bottom side of high pressure. Here's your high right up here over parts of the Four Corners. Well, high pressure is going to move this way. That is over eastern New Mexico the next few days. That's going to more or less turn this moisture on up into Arizona. So really it looks like a few mountain storms continue to be possible underneath the high, but for the weekend that monsoon tap stays off to the west. Now it will be flirting with the westernmost parts of New Mexico. I think they'll continue to stay active for the next few days, but as the high moves east heading on into next week, some of this tropical moisture will as well. So our chance for getting in on some of that monsoon activity is not lost yet. As a matter of fact, some parts, Eddy and Lee County, getting a little taste of it. We'll call it a brief preview tonight. Meanwhile, tomorrow, the preview says it's going to be hot out there. That'll be the case through the rest of the weekend and early stages of next week as the high pressure sits right on top of us. A couple of triple-digit days possible in Roswell. Then the scattered storms, well, that's a result of the moisture. And another result of the moisture is slightly cooler afternoon temperatures. So hold on, we'll get in there. Monsoon pattern is on it.